What up, everybody? It's Blessed Mindset, and we back at the Mastermind Academy. Today, we got my boy Cooley going up against Zina from Jubilee. Now, both of these cats are sharp debaters, so we're gonna see what's popping on this. Simple.
If you know something, does that mean that you caused it?
If you're God and you know the future, it means that it's set in stone.
You didn't answer my question. If you know something, does that mean that you caused it?
If I know something, it doesn't mean that I caused it. If God knows something because he is omniscient and his knowledge is infallible, it cannot be wrong.
If you know something, does that mean that you caused it?
Can we do things?
Yo, chat, she can't answer questions. She is low IQ. I've been cooking you. It's been a bloodbath. Listen, I've been wearing all black because it's been a funeral. I wore all black today because this been a funeral. And she rage quit. Get her up out of here. So you believe that we don't have any free will then?
I think free will is a concept that is made up, and I don't think that it predicts the way that we act. No.
Yeah, so it doesn't exist, which is what you mean. Free will doesn't exist.
No,
okay.
I think
so.
I don't think so. And I don't think that you think so either if you're a Christian.
No, I do. But if free will doesn't exist, then everything would be predetermined.
Well, do you believe God is omniscient?
I'm asking you a question. You can't ask me. You can't. You have to answer my question before asking me a question.
So
I think I may have missed your question, Cooley. That's
okay.
You know, just being fair. That sounded like a statement to me. She may have thought the same thing, but it's so.
No. I asked it very clear. I said, okay. So if you don't believe in free will, then do you believe that things are predetermined?
So I believe that everything can be explained causally whenever we act, and I'm specifically talking about not metaphysically, not when we're taking a step back into like looking at how things work in not in regards to human cognition. When we do look at human cognition, the way that every action that we take and the thoughts that we have can be explained by prior causes rather than just in the moment suddenly you have this these desires. Like whenever you look at like the causes of your actions, it's not coming from thin air, which is what libertarian free will tends to assume. Instead, when I have a desire and I act on it, that can be explained by my prior conditioning, my biology, as well as my socialization, and that is what explains your actions. So being a determinist, that is what I mean when I say that we don't have free will.
Okay, so then it is predetermined. That would be a yes to my question, right?
I feel like predetermined is not the right terminology I would use. But
would you, if I could, maybe help clear this up? It's basically what you're saying.
I got you, Dane. I got you, Dane. Dane, real quick, I got you.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's just have the back and forth.
All right.
You said that predetermined is the wrong term, but based off of what you explained, you said that I believe that we can find an explanation in most things, and by looking through the past, by looking through history, we can even about our actions and things like that. If we just look at things, we can basically, you're saying we can see like, oh, I was influenced here, which then triggered this reaction or this non-action. That's what you're saying, right?
So I'm not saying necessarily let's go back in time. I'm
not
saying
in
that
time, but.
Okay, yeah, because you were saying go back into history and all these other things. I'm saying that when we look at how human cognition works, we can see that we are essentially like a bundle of our socialization and our biology. And these prior conditions predict how we act in each moment. For example, if I want to choose a blue shirt in the morning instead of a red shirt, I might feel in the moment that that's a kind of completely random idea. But what I don't realize is that in the past, I might have been kind of primed to like blue because I wore it a lot as a kid, or maybe because I saw it a lot on TV or whatever. Maybe biologically, I'm primed to like blue more, just like aesthetically. That is the cause for my action, not something in the moment that was totally free. It's your circumstances and how you were born that causes your action. So I just want to be totally clear. That's what I mean.
Okay, so then it's a system of predictions is what you appeal to, a system of predictions, or is it a system that, or do you believe that we can actually have like, it can be guaranteed, it can be concrete that based off of past experiences and XYZ, we can guarantee that your actions or your behaviors would be this way? Is it a guarantee or just solely a prediction?
It doesn't have to be guaranteed, although in certain scientific studies, they're able to actually look at your brain and what's going on there and be able to see what choice you're going to make pretty reliably. But that's not necessary. What I'm saying is that whatever you choose in any instance can be explained, right?
Totally fine.
More
So
than
if
something
it
that's
isn't
free.
totally fine, but if it isn't guaranteed, here's the thing: if it isn't guaranteed, then it's free will. If we can
That's not
predict
true.
some things, listen, what you just said was nonsensical, and you
not.
actually proved free will with the words that
not.
came out of your mouth. I'll explain it to
did
you.
not.
You said that, well, we can look through your behaviors and the things that you was influenced by and your experiences and stuff like that to predict possibilities and outcomes and things like that, but it does not mean that it's guaranteed. So now I'm going to ask you a question,
That's
and I need
just
an
not
answer.
even what I said,
Why
dude.
isn't it not guaranteed?
Dude, what I'm saying is
Why
that
isn't
a
it not
scientist doesn't have to
guaranteed?
be omniscient. To
No,
be
why
able
isn't
to
it not
understand
guaranteed?
How the human brain works.
Why,
And number
if
one.
it's just
Number
predictions,
two,
why isn't
stop
it not
talking
guaranteed?
over me.
No,
Dude,
I need an answer
respectfully-
to the question.
He's
If it's not
asking-
predicted,
No, because
I'm
you're
asking you a
putting words
question.
into my
If it's not
mouth and you're
predicted,
not actually
why is
responding
no? You, I
genuinely
did
to
it
the
perfectly.
argument.
Zina,
So
it's all
once again,
predictions.
a
You said
scientist
yes
just
to it.
stop talking respectfully,
Zina,
or we're not
Zina,
able to have a conversation.
The only way we can have a conversation or a debate is if there's a back and forth with a question and an answer, an assertion and a refutation. He's asking a question. If you don't want him talking over you, then please answer the question.
Dane, respectfully, as the moderator, you should understand that when someone reframes your what you're saying into something else and then asks you a specific question on the basis of their reframing, it's not genuine debate. It's not debate etiquette. So I'm going to continue to restate what I said. And if he wants to ask anyone questions, then he can do
Respectfully,
that.
as the moderator, I'm not involved in the debate. As I said when we started, I'm just a traffic cop to try to keep the debate on course. So as it's going on course, he's asked you a question. Respectfully, if you just answer his question. If you ask him a question and he's trying to not answer it, or if he's not answering it clearly, if you will give me an opportunity, I will also defend your position. But what's not going to happen is for you to moderate the debate. So we need you
I'm
to
going to
answer
defend
the
myself
question.
if I'm simply not being engaged with in the proper way.
There's
what's
no
going
need for
on.
the meta. There's no need for the meta.
What meta? What?
The meta where you are having a conversation with me about how to moderate the debate. That's not
I'm
the
telling
topic
you
of the debate.
what is happening.
Cooley,
So I mean,
Cooley, would
I'm
you
gonna
like
just
to
we
move
can just
on,
continue
Cooley?
though.
Yeah, now it's about the meta. You know what I'm saying? More than the actual debate. Like now they just arguing about like the debate itself. Like what the hell?
Let's continue.
Okay,
Though. I'm down to continue.
Zina, are you okay with me just restating the question?
Without reframing my words, 100%. Yes.
Okay, I'll go ahead and do it. Before I restate the question, I'm just going to do a little bit of meta to see if I got it right. Because, I'm not, all-knowing. I could have got it wrong. So you said that things are predictions, and you also said that it isn't necessarily guaranteed. Do I at least have that right? So human behaviors, we know it by, we can basically predict human behaviors, but it is not guaranteed. Do I at least have that part right?
So when we say it is, when you said it's not guaranteed, I knew that this was going to start a strange positioning of the argument.
All right, fellas, mission is critical. I was searching my name online and found tons of information that was way too personal. So I thought to myself, who has the ability to alerts?
Explain an action. Not have to.
2 weeks free, that's more than enough time to see if your personal data has been exposed.
What I'm saying is that a scientist or some individual human does not have to know what every single human is going to do and how they're going to act. What we do know is cognitively how the brain works and how that explains every human action, even if we're not consciously aware in the moment that our decisions can be explained by our biology and our socialization. So that, I don't know where the word guarantee comes in.
I got it.
That's the
So
argument.
then based off of science, and we can, with us looking at the human brain through a microscope or some technology, can we come to a guarantee that humans would act in accordance to what was predicted? Like, can this prediction be a guarantee?
We know for a fact, and all our evidence scientifically when it comes to neurobiology, neuroscience, and psychology proves that our actions come from brain states as well as just cognitively how our brain works, is that we are a composition of our nature and our nurture. If you know anything about the nature and nurture debate, when it comes to how
Okay.
people act,
Can
right,
you
and how they
demonstrate it?
function, do you mean, do you want me to explain what the nature and nurture debate is? That what you're
No,
asking?
I understand about nature and nurture, meaning that we have our nature, we have external influences, which is the nurture, we have the internal influences, which is the nature, our biology. I'm well aware of influence base. I'm just asking you, since you are making the claim that it is a predictive system that we utilize to know human behavior, but it is not guaranteed. So,
That's not what I'm
but
saying.
then you said science can basically know, like actually guarantee someone's behavior. That's what you
also
appeal to.
not what I said. I said that in certain experiments,
Control. Okay.
controlled experiments, meaning that we control for factors where like things might go wrong or things are not accurate in accordance to causes. Scientists have been able to predict how human beings are going to act on the basis of just like literally like looking at what's going on in the brain. But even if we weren't able to do that, let's just take that out of the equation. All
Sure.
of our evidence, right, when we look at how people work, comes from the brain. We understand and recognize that our brains are responsible for how we act and how we function. That's what the science says. That's what the evidence tells us. And with that being said, when we get even more specific, we understand that human actions are explained by nature and nurture because biology and the environment reliably changes our behavior, preferences, and decisions, right? For example, when we look at twin studies, we understand that people's biology reliably predicts how they act, what they like, what kind of foods that they eat, and thus their actions. But things like the rest of that variability tends to come from the environment. That's why twins are not the exact same, right? So
Yeah. Yeah.
biological variability as well as the environment are what predict your actions, right? There's no other room for just some random strike of lightning that causes you to make choices day to day.
And within this controlled experiment that the scientists can do to predict someone's behavior, is it guaranteed?
What guaranteed?
From them doing their methodology in this controlled experiment to predict someone's behavior, is it a guarantee that during this experiment that they would be able to predict someone's behavior?
I think what he's trying to say is that can the scientists predict exactly what the person is gonna do? Exactly what is the person gonna do? Like their next step every single time. I think that's what Cooley's trying to get at. He's kind of saying it in a weird way, but I'm assuming that's what he meant.
What we saw in these experiments is that time and time again, scientists were actually able, using brain activity, to predict what people's behavior was before they acted or predict what choice they're going to make, right?
Yeah, but Zina, I think what he's trying to say is it more like inductive reasoning or deductive reasoning? Like, and what I mean by that is like, is it a guarantee that scientists can do a experiment on this person and that person will do it for sure, or is it like, oh, on a bounds of probabilities he's gonna do this most likely, or on a bounds of probabilities he's gonna do this thing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Those are two different type of arguments, right? But I think what Cooley's trying to ask is, deductively, is it a fact? Like, is this thing gonna happen when we do this experiment for sure? That's why he's saying guarantee.
By checking brain activity. So it's in no scientific experiment is it going to be the case where a scientist is 100% able to do everything and it's going to be totally 100% accurate every single time. That doesn't mean that
Okay.
nature and nurture is not what predicts behavior. Let's be really clear on that.
The fuck
Even if we
is
had
niggas
none of these
arguing
Levet's
about?
experiments, which is what I'm kind of getting it from, nature and nurture is what causes our actions.
Got you. That makes thank you for saying that, because you totally lost this argument, and I'm going to demonstrate it here perfectly. Since you could not demonstrate, your claim is that we don't have free will. There's no such thing as free will. It's just a concept in the mind. You appeal to scientists that cannot guarantee these predictions. They cannot
right.
guarantee it. They can only predict the behaviors, but they don't
you hear
always get
any
it
of what
right.
I
Don't
said?
cut me off. Don't cut me off. I'm speaking. I'll let you speak. I actually wrote it down while you were speaking. This is what
Doesn't
you
mean
said.
anything.
It is not a guarantee. If it is under your worldview, you are appealing to
What is
something.
not a guarantee?
Don't
What's
cut
not
me
a-
off. I'm speaking. Don't cut me
But
off.
it's not a guarantee.
I
I'm
got a few
confused.
words out. Don't cut me off. Don't
What's
cut me
not a
off.
guarantee?
What's not a guarantee is the methodology that the scientist is using.
That's not
It's not
what
a
I
guarantee.
said. Where did you get that part written down? Because that's not what I said, is it?
You never said that it's not a guarantee. You explain how it's all predictions and they
what
get
does
the
methodology
predictions
mean?
wrong,
So,
which is
Gazy,
not a
what
guarantee.
does methodology mean?
Zina, you don't know how to think right now. Think.
I don't know how to think.
You don't know how
right
to think.
Now.
You
What
don't
is
know how to
What
think.
the
So look,
fuck?
just stop
You don't know how
talking
to
and let
think.
me
What is
explain to you.
methodology? I'm
Stop
confused. I don't
talking.
know
Don't
what
ask me a
science is.
question.
What is
Don't ask me a
methodology?
don't ask me a question. The method
can't
that
answer
they
it?
use to determine what they are doing. The method
Right.
that they
So
use
when did
to
I say the
determine
methodology
the
was wrong?
solution. So stop
was
it.
that said?
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
No, I'm not
Stop
going to
speaking.
stop. You don't know what you're talking about. You're throwing out words
listen.
that are scientific that you don't
No,
understand. My friend.
I don't understand it. You are saying
what?
things and you're contradicting yourself, Zina. So
Not
listen.
once was I
listen,
contradicted.
Zina,
You
Zina,
threw out the
Zina,
word
I was good
methodology
faith.
and explained that that's why I was wrong. And you don't
was
know
I
what
not,
that means.
Was I not good faith and I did not
no,
let you land your plane?
You're not good faith.
Wait,
You're a
I
shit
didn't let you
debater.
land your plane? I didn't let you land your plane?
Nah,
Did I
niggas
not let
just-
you?
I've been cut off.
Now niggas is just arguing about the debate itself. It's like, man, I hate when debates happen like this, man.
So many times in this debate. It's just
Okay,
not
you know
good
what?
faith.
You know, no, totally fine. I'll let you have the floor and you can land your plane, and we can actually do it timed. Actually, Dane, if you want to do
That
that,
sounds fantastic.
Let's do a minute time.
Oh, great.
And I'll yield it to Zina. You'll have 1 minute, and then I'm gonna have my 1 minute. Go ahead, Zina.
That'd be
Right,
fantastic.
cool. So,
Well, go ahead and Dane, tell her when to start. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'll just start when she starts talking. Let me
Okay, go
reset
ahead.
this. Okay,
Sure.
go ahead, Zina.
all right, cool. So all of our evidence when it comes to psychology and neurobiology predicts that the way that humans act is a direct result of our nature and our nurture. That is the cause of our action. So in any instance, when you make a decision, it comes from either the way that you're biologically primed, the way that you're socially primed, what environments you grew up in, which again, you don't have control over. You can simply not have total control over your biology, which is something that you're born with, or your sociology, like, your environmental circumstances that primed you from the day you were born, right? What parents you had and what kind of food you were given, etc., right? That is all proof that our actions are causal and not coming out of thin air. Let's also get the terms straight. What is libertarian free will, which is what majority of Christians believe in? This is the idea that in any instance, I could have just chosen otherwise. When I make a decision, it all is totally in my control, which directly goes against psychology. The vast majority of psychologists and neurobiologists do not believe in this because it's simply untrue, right? We understand that if our biology or our sociology is causing our
right.
actions, then you can't just pick another way.
All right. There's your minute, Cooley.
Okay. All right. So everything she said was nonsensical, and I'm going to debunk it real fast. She spoke about free will and said that, oh, we don't have any free will. This is just a concept that's made up. I said, well, what system do you use if we don't have free will? Then everything is everything predetermined? She said, no, it's not predetermined. I think it's basically all predictive. And she appealed to science that do experiments under controlled environments that has a methodology that is not guaranteed. It does not guarantee human behavior. It can only predict the human behavior. And she admitted that their predictions is wrong and sometimes their predictions is right. So it's not guaranteed. If it's not a guarantee, then you are not disproving free will. You are actually explaining how we have free will because the scientists that you appeal to can't get every prediction right. If the system and the authority that you're appealing to cannot get everything right, therefore we have free will because they don't have the knowledge of knowing it. So what you're
that's your
appealing to is all
minute,
wrong. Did these
And yes-
scientists disprove free will, yes or no?
Libertarian free will is debunked on all fronts. Psychology,
What
neurobiology,
are you talking about?
neuroscience,
Libertarian-
anything you want to talk about.
What
Because
are you
just
talking about,
the brute fact that we
libertarian-
know what nature versus nurture is proves that no, not in every single moment, our decisions don't come from thin air. That's not how it works.
Okay.
Nothing proves that.
What
So
do you
yes.
believe free will is?
So the Benjamin Libet experiment shows that the brain initiates action before
No,
we are
what do
consciously
you
aware of
believe
it.
free
It
will
does not
is,
prove-
Zina? Zina, what do you believe free will is?
Libertarian free will is the idea that in any instance that we make an action, we could have just gone back. If we were to rewind time to that point, we could have just chosen differently. And because of what we know about psychology and how our brains work.
So how about you get my worldview?
Okay, so respectfully, when we're talking about what libertarian free will is, which is what you've been
Did I ever say libertarian? Did I ever say libertarian? Did I ever say libertarian
What is free will?
will?
Because that's exactly what you. What is it? What is it?
Guys, what is libertarian free will? See, I've never studied free will and determinism, and that's actually a topic I actually want to learn more about. She's throwing out a term, libertarian free will. You know what I'm saying? I think free will is the idea of choosing your actions, you know, or not. You know, I think that's probably just a general overview of how I at least personally see free will versus determinism. But my question is, what is libertarian free will? Someone put it down in the comments down below.
What is
real quick, did I ever say libertarian free will?
What is free will to you? Because we're going to explain how it's exactly the thing that I just
explained.
Go ahead
and answer my question first. Did I ever say libertarian free will?
I'm not playing the game with you. What is libertarian free will? What is
Did I ever say it?
It doesn't matter because it's exactly what your argument
once again,
entails.
You are you are trying to make an assertion.
When we were talking
and what you just explained.
What you just explained when we were talking is libertarian free will. The only problem is you don't know what it is by name.
Stop, Zina, stop it. You're just talking just to talk.
You should start talking about what it is.
You're talking just to talk. Stop it. Did I ever say libertarian free will? Yes or no?
No, because you don't know what it is.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. So shut up. Then
even
why
though
are you
exactly
saying
what you believe?
Why are you saying that I appeal to libertarian free will?
I never said the word appeal. You're the only one who overuses that word. What are you talking about? What?
I think you have low IQ. Did you not say that I use libertarian free will?
You don't know what the word
I guarantee that your IQ is not higher than mine because I caught you in so many contradictions.
What is free will to you? Let's just explain that. What is it?
Okay, I'll give you it, but you would have to shut up for a while, okay? Because I'm going to explain it to you, and I'm going to let you know.
What?
Great. I'm going to let you know how that your entire position is nonsensical and is illogical. Actually, since you do not believe in free will, then you can't. You can't stop it. Stop cutting me off because I'm going to get there. We're getting there.
Just getting started. Go.
Since you believe that everything is predictive and basically you do believe in predeterminism, and because you're lying right now because we had a debate. We had a debate that was scheduled for predeterminism.
What is that?
And then you canceled that debate.
Here we go, bro.
Cooley.
You did. You canceled that debate.
I'm here right now for you. I'm right here, and I'm crushing.
So let's get not crushing nothing.
What is free will?
You look bad right now.
Cooley, hello.
What is free will?
Hello. Couple of things I'd like to interject. Zina, I like that the last few minutes you've gotten a little bit more into the blood sport. I like that. We enjoy that. Number one. Number two, let's let Cooley explain what his worldview is on free will.
He hasn't even started. I want him to too. Trust me.
I know. Let's let him do that, and then we'll let you refute it if you can. Cooley, I'm going to give you, let's say, 2 minutes to explain your position on worldview.
Okay. God is divine. God is eternal, and everything came from God. The nature of God is good. God caused everything as far as the universe and human beings. So he's the first cause. But God gave human beings the agency to be secondary causes, right? Meaning that if God didn't design us in a way where we can be secondary causes, then everything would be predetermined or determined. That's what everything would be. If God didn't give us the ability to be a secondary cause, everything would be determined because God then causes everything. I appeal to Christianity. So the reason why we have free will is because we have the ability to disobey God's order, or we have the ability to stand by God's order.
All right. So you came in almost right at 2 minutes. So, okay, Zina,
perfect. Now,
I'm gonna
try to disprove my argument and say that it's libertarian free will.
It's difficult. It's difficult for me to have this much structure because I do love the melee. But okay, Zina, I'm gonna give you 2 minutes to say whatever you want to say in response to that.
All right, cool. So the only problem with this argument is that it almost presupposes that any action that we could have taken could have been done.
Okay, guys, hold on. So let's go ahead and look up libertarian free will. So, libertarian free will is a philosophical position asserting that human beings possesses free will, that this freedom is incompatible with deterministic causes, and that actions are not predetermined. It implies that individuals can genuinely choose between different potential actions, often described as having the ability to do otherwise in any given situations. The ability to do things, choice formulation. I don't know anything about this philosophical idea, guys, so I really cannot break this down, but it's interesting though. It's interesting.
In a different way, which is not true. If you believe that God is omniscient, and that he knows everything that you're going to do in your life, and that he knows everything about you, even despite the fact that he literally created your brain, created your faculties for experience, and therefore he put in all the coding into how your brain does work, right? Therefore, this kind of also just disproves this argument and this idea that we could have acted any other way. If God knows that there's some future that you have in your life, and he therefore it's set in stone because he knows what it is going to be, you could not have acted differently. You can never act differently. Number one. Number two, even if we are able to act in out of accordance with what God's will is, which again, he made the space for, he made it so we are able to do that regardless. The problem is, if we are made inherently sinful, we're simply not able to do anything other than what we were going to do in the first place. If we are going to sin in our lifetimes, if that is true because of what Adam and Eve did, if that's always going to be the case, then it can't be the case that we act differently and just totally act in accordance with his will. Regardless, the biggest issue with libertarian free will, which is again what you just it is what you believe in, it's what you just described. Yes, it is. That is directly in accordance with.
Hang on, Cooley. She got 35. She has 35 more seconds. 35 more seconds. Go ahead.
That is exactly what you explained is what libertarian free will believers do. Like, that's their argument. It's really simple. It's nothing new, right? The problem is God has omniscience and he knows the future. The fact that there is a future that he knows means that we cannot act out of accordance with his omniscience unless he is not omniscient. So, pretty simple.
I'm good, Dane, to go?
Yeah.
Watch how easy her argument gets defeated. If you know something, does that mean that you caused it?
If you're God and you know the future, it means that it's set in stone. Yes.
You didn't answer my question. If you know something, does that mean that you caused it?
If I know something, it doesn't mean that I caused it. If God knows something because he is omniscient and his knowledge is infallible, it cannot be wrong.
Okay, so therefore, I'll repeat it back. So therefore, you're saying that God, since he knows something, he caused it.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that his knowledge can't be wrong.
Okay. If that's not what you're saying, then can you answer my question instead of making another answer to another question?
I'm just quite simply answering your question, actually.
No, you didn't really at all. Simple. If you know something, does that mean that you caused it?
Can we do things?
Yo, chat, she can't answer questions. She has low IQ. Listen, it's just stupid. Answer the question. Answer the question. You trying? This is why I got the ball up because Coach,
Stop
I can't
getting
score.
So emotional.
Coach, I can't score. She's moving the goalpost.
What goalpost?
Answer my question. If you know something, does that mean that you caused it?
Am I God?
I'm asking you.
I'm not God. So that's number one. So my knowledge is not infallible.
She can't answer a question.
Does God know everything you're going to do? Does God know everything you're going to do?
Instead of asking me the question, how about you answer the question?
I'm going to be here for around 5 more minutes. It's almost 10 p.m. I'm going to ask you the question one more time. If you can't answer it,
wait. Do I have to?
Can God do anything that can you do anything that God does not know you're going to do?
Got you. Real quick.
Did
I ask you a question first?
It doesn't matter. It really doesn't.
So you're just not.
It really doesn't.
So I'll be good faith.
To be fair, he did ask her a question. To be fair, so I'm pretty sure his question was, if I know something doesn't mean that I caused it. And she didn't answer that specific question. I think being good faith, she should answer it. But I would actually ask him, what does causing have to do with anything that she was saying, right? But she's not playing good faith. She's actually not when you're in a debate and you're not answering questions and you're trying to ask questions instead of answering questions, I don't think you're good faith. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you're good faith at all.
Look, I'll be good faith since you can't defeat me at all. You're so low IQ. Yes. I'll answer your question for you, right? So I would answer. Go ahead, state it again.
Does God know the future? Does God know what's going to happen? Let's ask it like that.
Yeah, God knows what's going to happen.
All right.
Okay, so now can you answer my question? Wait, time out. Can you answer my question?
No, I
answered it. Can you answer my? Wait,
much.
You're the only one that can have follow-up questions, Zina?
How many follow-up questions have you been interrogating me this entire life?
I'll do it then. That's totally fine. Totally fine.
Right.
So
can you do anything other than what God knows you're going to do? Can you do anything other than what God knows you're going to do? Real quick,
just for a meta, because I want to make sure it's good faith. I want to make sure it's good faith.
That God knows you're not going to do.
I'm going to answer all your questions. I promise you I will.
Bro.
But after I answer your questions, I'll give you 3 of them. After I answer your 3 questions, can you then please answer all of my 3 questions? Please?
Yeah, sure.
You promise?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you. I'm ready for it. Go.
Does God know the future?
Yeah, God knows everything.
Okay. Can you do anything other than what God knows you're going to do?
No, because he knows the future.
Okay. So therefore, you cannot do anything other than what is going to happen inevitably because God knows it. Therefore, you do not have free will. You don't have the free ability to choose.
Okay. Thank you. Now, can you answer my questions?
Debunked.
No, what's debunked? Can you answer my questions?
Directly debunked, actually, because we just explained what free will is.
Can you
and you
please
negated
answer my questions?
So what's the follow up from that? You just
hang on. Let's let Cooley ask his 3 questions now.
Yeah.
We all agreed to that.
He's not going to concede the argument that
the point is that you gave your word that you would answer 3 questions.
Oh
let's do that.
Okay,
if Cooley comes out,
before I answer these questions, I'm going to have to set the bar that you just directly contradicted your argument.
If you think that, whatever you think is fine. Whatever you think is fine.
Zina, you can refute him and tell him all about his bar if you want, but you agreed. He answered your 3. Now, can you just honor your word and let him ask his 3?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So my first question, if you know something, does that mean that you caused it?
If I, a mortal human being, know something, that does not mean I caused it. No.
She's not playing in good faith now. Now, I'll admit that she had a strong argument, you know what I'm saying? Strong argument when it came down to what she was talking about right earlier. But you can see how much she's not playing in good faith. He asked a direct question, right? But she's playing these word games in terms of me not a human being. But in reality, we're also talking about a being that's bigger than just a mortal being, right? So you can see how she's like being like not playing the game, right? When you play good faith, you got to play the game. And that's my hugest criticisms on Zina, right? That's one of the biggest things about Zina that I have issues with.
Got it. Now, if God knows something, does that mean he caused it?
What makes him cause your actions is the fact that he made you and made your mind. So that's totally separate. The fact that he knows what you're going to...
That's not even true. Because if you create something, it doesn't mean that... that you cause their actions. Like, my dad created me, it doesn't mean that my dad caused my actions. Like, what is she talking about? Like, that's because she's smarter than what she's actually pretending to be. That's the funny part. She's just trying to win the debate, bro. She's just trying to win. You know what I'm saying? And there was times where Cooley was trying to win. But as of like right now, bro, it's like clearly she's not playing in good faith. Clearly.
That he made you. What what makes him cause your actions is the fact that he made you and made your mind. So that's totally separate. That the reason, the fact that he knows what you're going to do is not what causes you to not be able to do what he knows what you're going to do.
So you just refuted your own point right there.
The fact that he knows what you're going to do is not what causes you to not be able to do what he knows what you're going to do.
No, but the fact that he does know the future, and there is some future that he does know, means that by default, you cannot do something other than it. He is omniscient, meaning all-knowing.
Okay, got it. So if you watching a movie with your friend, you've already watched this movie before, so you know the ins and outs. And let's say it looks like you kind of young, but maybe you watched Clueless before. But let's say you watched the movie Clueless. You know the ins and outs. You know what's going to happen, and you're watching it with your friend. And as you're watching it with your friend, you're saying the things that the characters are saying in a movie that before they even say it. Like if the girl says, "Oh, wow, watch out, Billy," and you say it right before they say it, and then your friend is like, "Wow, you really know this movie." But then she says, "Since you know it, you caused this movie. You caused it? How do you know it?" You see the difference there? So what you're saying, just because you know something does not mean that you cause something. You have low IQ. I said God gives us free will. He made human beings to have these secondary cause. Listen, stop talking. I'll let you.
Now I actually see what Cooley is actually saying. He's saying that since God didn't cause nobody to do the action itself, there's a degree of free will, right? Because at the end of the day, you're the one choosing the actions being took. God knows what you're going to do. He's going to predict exactly what you're going to do. And I think that's where Zina's getting into it, which I haven't studied free will too much. So this is kind of like a paradox to me. And it's kind of hard for me to understand. But what Cooley is trying to say is that since God didn't cause you to choose those actions, you have a degree of free will. You know what I'm saying? God didn't cause me to grab this. I grabbed this by choice. I grabbed this can. That means that there's a degree of free will. But I want to play in good faith. What Zina's trying to say is if God is all knowing and knows exactly what you're gonna do, right? How do you actually have free will if God knows exactly what you're gonna do before you do it? Like it's already predetermined. So that's her argument. Which both of these people have strong arguments, which, I just don't know. I've always been, I always believed I have free will. Like I always had free will to drink this if I wanted to. But I knew that there was limits to it. And I knew the more, leadership positions I got in, I knew I had more free will. Like I think Donald Trump will have more free will than myself, right? He has more because he has more power than me, you know what I'm saying? So that gives him more free will just by default, right? But if somebody like, if Donald Trump says sends the military to my house just to, put me in concentration camps, I have less free will, you know what I'm saying? Because he has more degree of power. He's the commander-in-chief of the military. So I think that by default, Donald Trump would have more free will than me. But it doesn't mean that I don't have free will in terms of smaller things. I have free will to pay my bills. I have free will to, be in a relationship with my fiance. I have free will to, go walk down the street and go play some basketball. Like I have a degree of free will. So that's where the free will kind of argument gets kind of sticky for me.
Something. You have low IQ. I said God gives us free will. He made human beings to have these secondary cause. Listen, stop talking. I'll let you talk enough. God made human beings to be secondary causes, so he doesn't cause us to do anything. He knows everything because God is not bound by time, space, or matter, so he can watch the movie and still know it without causing it. Low IQ.
Once again,
it's been debunked. It's been debunked. You are dumb. You are stupid, Zina. You are stupid and you are dumb, Zina. Yes, you are. You're stupid and you're dumb. You got debunked right now and you look retarded. Yes, you do. I refuted everything that you said. You're dumb. You thought I believed in some libertarian, some free will and stuff like that. You are an idiot. You have low IQ. If
Number
you know
two,
something,
the
it doesn't
fact
mean
that
that you
you are
caused it.
sitting here
If
and
you know
screaming shows
something,
that you
it doesn't
have no
mean that you
argument.
caused it.
You're
If you
not
know
arguing
something,
anything.
it doesn't
You're
mean
not
that you
arguing
caused it,
anything.
Zina. And
The
you
fact
said,
that
well,
he's
if God
omniscient
knows
means that you
something,
can't do
you
anything other than
refuted
what
your
he's
own
going to-
point
what
within
you're
your
going to do.
sentences.
fuck?
You said, well, God can know something,
Dude.
but he actually
Dane,
didn't cause
why
it.
is he talking
But just
so
the simple
much?
fact that
You're
he
not
knows it
moderating, bro.
means that he caused
What
it, but
is
you
this?
can't
This is
demonstrate it.
ridiculous.
He's not
This is so
moderating it right now
ridiculous.
because you're getting cooked.
He's not moderating
will.
because he's
'Cause you're
literally
getting
part
cooked.
of your team.
I told you to
Talk
bring
about.
someone. Listen, we
It's
had
not
this
a-
debate scheduled about 4 times. I told you to bring
And
someone.
the thing is,
You
I had
canceled
no
4
time for this
times.
bullshit. I knew it was going to be
Yeah,
this
it ain't no
bullshit, and
BS.
that's why
You
I
are
didn't make
dumb.
time for it.
You got
And now I'm
refuted
here,
on the
and it's
main
same
topic
bullshit.
of can we ground morality without God.
You're
You got
literally
refuted
just
on that,
yapping,
and you got
bro.
refuted on
You're a
predeterminism.
30-year-old man. Please
You
have
got
respect for
refuted on
yourself.
all of it.
I don't even know. Like, you're
It's called blood
not
sport
a single
debate.
refutation, actually. Not a single refutation.
I
It's
refuted
so
everything you said.
embarrassing. The fact that I'm so sorry. The fact that
You
grown adults
didn't
watch a grown
understand my
man scream
argument.
and get emotional and cry on live.
It's
is
called,
ridiculous.
listen, it's called passion. It's called
No,
blood sport debate.
it's
This is
not passion,
entertainment value.
It's emotional.
This is for
And if a woman
entertainment
was acting like
value.
this, it would be a
Zina,
totally different
for
story.
Zina,
Respectfully, bro.
you don't think that you're emotional and you've been cutting
You
me
have
off the entire
absolutely
time?
no idea
You've been
what you're
bad
talking
faith.
about,
You
and it's
wasn't
quite
answering
sad.
any of my questions.
You don't
But
believe
once
God
you
is
started to
omniscient, and
answer
that
my
is directly
questions,
blasphemy,
you
bro.
are dumb. You are
You're
nonsensical.
blasphemous 'cause you
You're
don't believe
dumb.
God is omniscient. You believe
You're
you
dumb.
can directly contradict God's knowledge.
You're
Period.
wrong. Whoever said that, you're making up stuff. You're dumb.
You just don't understand
You
your own
are
argument.
stupid.
That's the problem.
You are stupid.
Respectfully.
Listen, we should do this in person. Let's go into whatever podcast. I'll hit up Brian. We'll do it in person like you did with
Respectfully,
DPH.
why would
And
I
I'll
want to
wash you.
experience a man
I would
crying
wash
in
you.
person? Why
There's
would
no
I- why would
crying,
I
you
want that?
idiot. I'm washing you.
screaming
This is
and
called
crying
content.
and
So
getting
Zina, I'll
emotional.
teach you something. I'll
You've
teach
been
you something,
stuttering
Zina.
and crying this whole
It's your
time.
first time. No, stop it, Zina. It's
No,
your
I'm
first
not, there's no
time.
stopping. I'm just
It's
getting
your
started. You're
first
gonna
time
talk, I'm
doing
gonna talk.
content, right? It's your first
I'm
time
still
doing content,
talking.
so you don't
No,
understand
I'm not,
about
like,
being
respectfully, I don't
entertaining.
understand anything
You don't
from you.
understand anything
If
about
I
that,
got a
right?
single lick
You don't
of
understand
whatever
anything about being
disorder you have in your
entertaining.
brain, I
This
would be
is called
scared.
entertainment,
This is
and I've been cooking
ridiculous.
you.
What you do is entertainment. Yes, it's not knowledgeable.
Matter of fact, let me get the blicky
What
on
is
her, man.
this?
Let me get the.
What the fuck is he doing?
Let me turn on my.
You're a
Boom,
child.
boom, boom,
Why
boom,
do you have Nerf guns? You're a child.
Cooley.
Like,
I got
what?
kids. I got kids. But anyways,
That's even more depressing.
listen.
How do you have kids and you do
I've
this every day?
been cooking you. It's been a bloodbath. Listen, I've been wearing all black because it's been a funeral. I wore all black today because this been a funeral. And she rage quit.
She
Get her
rage
up out of here. Stupid, low IQ dork. As I was saying, chat, you guys all
God
witnessed the
damn.
bloodbath. Listen, I had the gun locked and loaded. She was talking about, there's no such thing as free will and all of this other stuff. Can you explain free will? I explained it for her perfect. She thought I believed in some hogwash where I was like, well, no. God created human beings to have a secondary cause. So if human beings has a secondary cause, this doesn't mean that God causes our actions, but God is divine, he is omniscient, and God is not bound by time, space, or matter. Therefore, God can know everything, just like Zina is watching Clueless with her little girls, right? Watching Clueless, but she already watched it before, but she knows the whole movie, so then she can predict what's being said, and she already knows the end. Well, that's God. God knows the entire movie already, right? But he created us to be secondary causes where we have our own free will to do things and we're not constrained by being robots, right? And to think about it, right? Think about how nonsensical it is. Under her worldview, if we don't have free will, she can't even make an account or justify how we have knowledge because then everything would be determined under her worldview. Knowledge wouldn't be possible because it can be determined that you can believe in lies. It can be determined that you can be manipulated, right? So she's just stupid. She thought she was coming up here and gonna cook, but she got cooked. So if you like that.
Wow, that was a tough one, Cooley. W. Cooley on that, man. Especially with the people that actually believe in God, man. I think that the idea of humans having a secondary cause, I think that actually makes sense, right? Because God is the first cause, but if God creates you to have a smaller degree of free will, it still doesn't mean that everything is determined. You know what I'm saying? So, W Cooley on that, man. That was tough. You know what I'm saying? And she made it look worse because she rage quit too. You gotta keep it cordial in these debates, man, or you gonna go outside. So W Cooley on that, man. Hey man, I appreciate y'all for watching this vid, man. Tap that like button, man. Let me know down below what y'all want me to react to next, man. Peace out.